5-star quarterback, the number one overall quarterback in the country. I believe the number one player in the country as well in the 2025 class. Bryce Underwood flipping his commitment from the LSU Tigers to the Michigan Wolverines. I did not call this at all, but I said that if LSU were to lose to Vanderbilt, I thought Bryce Underwood would flip his commitment, but he flipped before the game even happened and for a much different reason. According to multiple reports, it was saying that LSU had offered Underwood $1.5 million per year, so that would have been, I think, $6 million over his tenure in college for 4 years. And Michigan kind of came back with a take it or leave it type of scenario and said, look, here's $12 million over 4 years. Take it or leave it. And he took it. And I can't blame him. So they kind of left LSU with their pants down, metaphorically speaking, because he was the plan for the future. He was the guy. He was going to be the guy, regardless of if Garrett, stays next year or if he declared for the draft, he was going to be your future in the quarterback room at LSU. So Elijah, the question is, do you blame Bryce Underwood for his decision? And now that we know he will not be in Baton Rouge, what is the next step for LSU in terms of what they need to do at quarterback?
Do I blame him? In the words of Mac Main, no, not at all. I do not blame that man at all. $12 million is tough to turn down, especially a kid coming out of high school. She's staying home. And I knew, well, I don't know, but I read reports that Tom Brady was a big factor in it. Who doesn't want to learn from Tom Brady? So, again, I don't blame him at all. Now, for LSU, is this a tough loss? I think so, but at the same time, man, LSU still got quarterbacks on that roster. Garrett can still have a possible of him coming back. I don't count out Brian Kelly as a recruiter. I think he still could bring in people as a recruiter. Now, at the end of the day, for some of these kids, money talks. Money definitely talks, and I understand that. So it's going to come down to, to me, a couple of boosters that's coming around that campus to keep securing 4-star, 5-star talent to keep this program rolling. Because at the end of the day, we all said it, the time has changed in college football. College football right now is on a trajectory of being, to me, the one of the biggest, if it's not already the biggest, but the one of the biggest sporting events there is across the world because of how the landscape is with different colleges. Now the boosters, now the money's coming in, TV programs are buying in. So I think that for going back to what Bryce Underwood, I don't blame him, but we have to realize for LSU fans that, losing him doesn't necessarily mean that every recruit is gone as well. Brian Kelly, I think, could still retain some of these guys, but I don't blame Bryce Underwood at all. Take the money, stay home, possibly learn from the greatest quarterback to ever touch the football in the NFL. And honestly, I know Michigan is a pretty historic program in itself, and they play big games as well. So it's not like you lost them to Alcorn State or Jackson State or anything. You lost them to Michigan.
Well,
Michigan
how
is.
they catch a string?
Hey, I'm sorry, man, because they make it seem like Michigan isn't a
They
historic.
sitting there like, what you say? Forget me for?
they're a big program as well. So I don't blame Bryce Underwood to fully answer that question in the totality of it all.
No, I agree with you. You give me $12 million right now for anything else, I'm going. I go to Ann Arbor. Bye. Sorry. Because that's just, bro, that's life changing money. And him being the top quarterback there in the country, his path towards success is going to push him to be a first round draft pick. So this is setting him up just to make more and more money, change his family's life, set his family up for generational wealth. I cannot blame that kid. Go make the money. You figure out all the other stuff later down the line about playing the game, but you go and you make the money. In terms of LSU, they are still ranked 6th in the country according to On3 in terms of recruiting classes for this year. They have 2 5-stars. They have 16 4-stars and 7 3-stars. You still got cornerback DJ Pickett there at the top. Of course, running back Harlem Berry, who his high school career is now over after St. Edmund put up 78 against him in the playoffs. But he's a 5-star. And then an extensive list of other 4-stars, like I mentioned, that they have. In terms of what LSU has to do now is, number one, you got to get Garrett Nussmeier to come back next year. I know a lot of people are saying that, we want to get off the Nuss bus, and that he's, not that guy, and we need to give Ricky Collins a chance or Colin Hurley a chance, which they should be given an opportunity later down the line. But you cannot tell me that if you have the opportunity to have a veteran quarterback that's already been in your system, that has 1 year of playing in the SEC under his belt, to come back, that you're going to turn that down. You're just not. Because the only other alternative is that you got to go hit the portal. So what you have to do is you have to get Garrett to come back, right? If he doesn't come back and he decides to declare for the draft, because I think he's like the 5th quarterback prospect on draft boards right now. I think Mel Kiper has him as the 5th quarterback behind like Cam Ward, Shedeur, and some other guys that are slipping my mind right now. But when you look at that, if he decides to go, you got to go hit the portal. You got to go get somebody with experience. You cannot put Ricky Collins, no offense. You cannot put Colin Hurley, no offense, who have never started in the SEC, back out there in 2025. You just can't. So that's the bottom line. Talk to Garrett, see if he'll come back, which, I think that he'll want to, because the performance he put out there wasn't his best. He had some great games this season. And it looks like that they will finish up as an 8-4 ball club if they can handle business against Oklahoma next week. So he'll definitely want to close out his career on a much higher note than what he has. So go in the portal. If Garrett doesn't come back, if he does, build around him. Make sure that he can be successful for next year. But congratulations to Bryce Underwood on becoming a millionaire. Congratulations to that young fella. Can't blame him for that decision at all. Huh?
Before 19 too, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, hey, if you'd have did that for me, I'm out of there. I'm out of there. I'm sorry. I'm loyal to the people with my last name and with my blood. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Today is a new era. I'm sorry.
Right.
Thank you so much for watching this clip of the Fitz Take podcast. Be sure to like this video and also subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also follow me and Elijah on our social media platforms. They will be linked down in the description. And remember, every episode of the Fitz Take podcast will air right here on the YouTube channel every Monday at 2 p.m. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.